Attention passionate San Francisco 49ers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC West and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on San Francisco 49ers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true San Francisco 49ers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and San Francisco 49ers fans. Let's get to the news folks, if you've been paying attention to the NFL buzz lately, you've probably heard the whispers. The San Francisco 49ers are making some serious moves behind the scenes, eyeing a potential upgrade to their secondary that could shake up everything in the NFC West. Now I know what you're thinking. What kind of move are we talking about here? Well, insiders are reporting that the 49ers have their sights set on Jessie Bates, the star safety from the Atlanta Falcons. And trust me, this isn't just any rumor. It's something that could redefine the Niners' season and maybe even their future. Right now, the 49ers are in a pretty unique position. They're sitting at 9-4, still very much alive in the NFC West and playoff hunt. But the reality is, their secondary has taken some hits lately, especially with the injury to Ayuk and some struggles along the front seven. That's why the team is reportedly exploring a trade for Bates, a player who's not only talented but also proven to be a game-changer in the secondary. And get this, the Falcons, who are currently tanking at 4-10 with Kirk Cousins under center and a defense leaking points all over the place, are open to moving him. They're looking for a third-round pick and some depth at safety, which the 49ers are apparently willing to offer. Now let's break down why Bates could be a perfect fit for the Niners. First off, Bates is just 28 years old but already a proven veteran with a knack for making big plays. In 2025, he's on pace to rack up 9 interceptions and 22 pass breakups, which is elite for any safety in the league. His PFF coverage grade is a staggering 93. 8, top among safeties, no question. That kind of coverage ability, combined with a YAC allowed of just 28 yards, makes him a nightmare for opposing offenses. And his tackling, well, he's recorded 100 tackles this season, along with 7 forced fumbles and 4 sacks. For a safety, that's a pretty complete stat line. What's more impressive is his durability and consistency. He suffered a rib injury in Week 8, which caused him to miss a game, but overall, Bates has been a rock in Atlanta's secondary. He's played in 130 games over his career, tallying 35 interceptions and 600 tackles, which speaks volumes about his longevity and impact. His EPA per target sits at -0.32, indicating he's extremely effective at limiting big plays and reducing completions. Opposing quarterbacks have a completion percentage of only 45% when throwing his way, and he's disrupting deep passes at a rate of 93%. That's rare. His ability to cover deep, combined with his playmaking and leadership, makes him a perfect addition for a team aiming to elevate their secondary and overall defense. Now the Falcons are in a tough spot. With a 4-10 record and their cap situation, they have around $22 million in cap space, but need to allocate roughly $24 million toward their offensive line. They're clearly focusing on rebuilding and clearing cap space for future moves. Their defense is giving up about 32 points per game, which is just not sustainable in today's NFL. Meanwhile, the 49ers have about $27 million in cap space, enough flexibility to absorb Bates's contract and maximize his talent without too much hassle. Imagine what Bates can do alongside Jair Brown, who's already shown flashes with 5 interceptions this season and a PFF grade of 86. For the pairing of those two could transform San Francisco's backfield into one of the most disruptive units in the league. Bates, with his ability to make plays all over the field, could push the 49ers' total interceptions for the season well beyond their current numbers. We're talking about a team that already has a solid core. Adding a player of Bates's caliber could push their turnover rate up by 20%, which is massive. It's similar to what the Bengals did last year with Bates, where they saw an increase of about 220 yards prevented through his playmaking. Defensively, the impact would be immediate. His presence would lower the passer rating allowed from 89.7 down to around 71.9, making life much harder for opposing quarterbacks. His run support would be boosted by around 16%, and the entire secondary could see a significant leap, especially with Talanoa Hufanga playing at an elite level with a PFF grade of 89. 3. Together, these safeties could turn the 49ers backfield into a kind of Seahawks of the 2010s, creating a formidable ball-hawking unit that can shut down even the most explosive offenses. And don't forget about red zone efficiency. Bates' addition could mean an 18% improvement in red zone defense and a 15% boost on third down stops. That's the kind of consistency and edge that can carry a team deep into the playoffs and beyond. Plus, the odds of winning the Super Bowl would see a noticeable bump, from plus 500 to plus 225, reflecting the impact of such a move. The 49ers would become even more lethal in those critical moments, especially against top-tier teams and star receivers like Kupp, where Bates' range and instincts could make all the difference. Now, let's talk about the big picture here. This isn't just about a single player, it's about the vision for the 49ers' future. Adding Bates elevates their aerial playmaking, creating a backfield that can dominate through turnovers, disrupt passing lanes, and force teams into mistakes. It's about building a defense that not only competes but dominates, forging a dynasty that can chase multiple titles in the coming years. The 49ers have the talent, they have the cap space, and now they might just have the right move to push them over the top. Of course, this kind of upgrade isn't without risk. The Falcons are looking for a third-round pick and some safety depth, so the 49ers need to weigh the cost carefully. But given Bates' production, leadership, and the immediate impact he can bring, it's a move that could pay off big time. Imagine lining up with Talanoa Hufanga and Jessie Bates as your safeties. That's a nightmare for any offense. The combination of Bates' playmaking ability and Hufanga's versatility could create a secondary that's not just good but elite, one that can carry the team through the playoffs and into Super Bowl contention. And let's not forget the history here. The 49ers have always valued strong, versatile safeties who can do it all, from covering deep to supporting the run, creating turnovers, and making clutch plays. Bates fits that mold perfectly. His addition would remind fans of some of the best secondary units in recent history, where the safeties were the backbone of the defense, setting the tone for the entire team. With a young, talented front seven and these safeties leading the way, San Francisco could become one of the most complete teams in the league. In terms of the season, the 49ers are still very much in the thick of things. The NFC West is competitive, but with the right moves, they can solidify their position as division leaders. Their offense, led by Brock Purdy and a deep receiving core, is already potent, but their defense needs to be a fortress, and adding someone like Bates would make it just that. Plus, the team's focus on winning now while planning for the future aligns perfectly with a move like this. They're in win-now mode, and acquiring a player of Bates' caliber shows their commitment to chasing Super Bowl glory once again. The fans are buzzing, and rightfully so. A move like this could be the difference between a good season and a historic one. It's about elevating the entire team's play, creating a defense that strikes fear into opponents, and setting the stage for another deep playoff run. With Bates' instincts, range, and playmaking ability, the 49ers could be on the cusp of something truly special. And if they pull off this trade, it might just be the move that cements their status as one of the top contenders for the Lombardi Trophy once again. So 49ers faithful, keep your eyes peeled. This story isn't over yet, and if the trade happens, it's going to send shockwaves through the NFL. It's a bold move, but one that makes a ton of sense, a perfect fit for a team hungry for greatness, ready to chase another Super Bowl. The NFC West is heating up, and San Francisco is positioning itself as a team to fear. We're on the brink of something big, and I'll be here to keep you updated every step of the way. Stay tuned, stay passionate, and let's see how this story unfolds. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest San Francisco 49ers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now San Francisco 49ers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the 49ers. Do you think Bates is the missing piece that gets us back to the Super Bowl? Or do you think there are other moves the team should be making? Either way, let's keep the conversation going, and don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest San Francisco 49ers news. We're in this together, and the best is yet to come.